Alrighty, Corey, we are back. So, after the posture assessments and sort of observing those movements, your shoulder girdle and your rotator cuff moved well, but I guess it wouldn't hurt in terms of moving into the preparation of the exercises ahead, which could be quite strenuous on your shoulder, so your rhomboids and your scapulars at the back there, as well as your sort of rotator cuff. It might be ideal to do some self-myofascial release, just to promote some blood flow to those areas, maybe help them move a little bit more, just in preparation for the stress that they could be under ahead in the next sort of part of the movement design. So today, in correlation with your shoulder reconstructions and having that deviation there, what I think would be essential would be some self-myofascial release along your posterior sort of thoracic spine here, so your lats, your rhomboids, and your shoulder, and then we could also do the pectoral muscles as well. So I'll just demonstrate how to use the foam roller correctly, and then we could just go from there as well and sort of observe how you do that and just make sure you're comfortable using the foam roller, Corey.
Sounds like a plan.
Wonderful, my man. So first we'll sort of start with, now there's like a big section here of muscles at your back that are sort of covered in layers. So underneath the lats, we sort of have all those shoulder muscles that we'll try and hit here. So within that sort of area, you might have two sections. So on your sort of shoulders here, Corey, we could say this is like sort of zone 1 here and then zone 2. So if we focus, actually with the shoulder, we could just use, no, we'll do it in the two zones, Corey. So what you could do, you can start with either side, and so I'm looking to use the foam roller from sort of maybe halfway down your back to the top, but then split that into the two zones. So we'll go from halfway down your back to the middle, and then from the middle to the top. So if you were to position the foam roller, Corey, sort of at the bottom there of your lats, at the bottom of your back there, and then roll toward the midline, and then back down again, that would be one. Now if we just done 4 of those, so this is the second one, 2, 3, 4. And now by now, Corey, I'd imagine you would have found a grumpy spot, sort of where you feel the most sort of pain or something alarming. If you could find, when you find that spot, if you could just internally and externally sort of rotate on that grumpy spot or sort of twitch over that area, that would be the best way to sort of promote blood flow to that area. And then after that, Corey, you've got that sort of second zone I spoke about. So from the middle of the back, or sort of middle of that sort of pocket there, to the top of the shoulder would be zone 2. So now I've got a really bad grumpy spot there, Corey. So I'm going to roll 4 times up and back, sort of around that zone. 2, 3, 4. Now on that grumpy spot, Corey, we're just going to twitch over that grumpy spot, which is quite painful. And we'll just do that twice as well. So that was, I think, twice. We'll go a third time anyway. So yeah, once you find that grumpy spot, Corey, you're just sort of shifting over that muscle and sort of flicking it, which will promote sort of good movement through that part of the body. So wonderful, Corey. That's the spot. 2, 3. I'd imagine you found a tickly spot by now, Corey, a grumpy spot. Nice. There you go. So when you find that spot, you can just, like I said, sort of twitch over that. There you go. Wonderful. 2. And then if you go after that, Corey, up to that second zone of that posterior pocket there. Wonderful. Nice, Corey. Find that grumpy spot again. Wonderful, Corey. Fantastic, man. And then if you just want to repeat that on the other side, that's wonderful, man. Doing a great job. Afterwards, I think you'll sort of feel that release throughout that posterior part of your body, and your shoulders should feel hopefully a bit better. Oh, you've got the technique down pat. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There it goes.
There it goes. Doing some good cracks. Fantastic, Corey. Cool. So that's a great one to sort of, yeah, like I said, open up that posterior part of your body, so the back part of your body. Now with that shoulder deviation as well, like I sort of spoke about, it'd be good to get some release through the chest as well, which would sort of, I'd imagine, fix up your posture and allow that chest to move freely, and the shoulder girdle as well. So if you want me to demonstrate the pectoral sort of part, and this one's a bit challenging, Corey, because it sort of runs on an angle through here. You sort of want to hit that rotator cuff and your chest here. It's sort of hard to do it front on. You sort of can't roll the roller that way. So it sort of goes on an angle. So what I sort of do is just put the roller on an angle and then lay over it on an angle. So once again, sort of focusing in those two zones. With the chest actually, Corey, you could sort of just have it, because it's this one area, that could just be one zone. We don't have to necessarily have two zones. So we'll just have the whole zone to play with here. Now if you were just to, I sort of start from underneath the chest there and then roll up to the top of the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, oh, this is painful, boy. 4, okay, now find the grumpy spot. I'm just going to twitch over those muscles and then repeat the other side. What I didn't specify at the start, Corey, and I should have specified it from the beginning, is to breathe consistently the whole time throughout the foam rolling process. I wasn't breathing just then, but I would like you to breathe throughout the whole process and really promote that oxygen to the blood and allow that blood to sort of circulate through your body a bit better, Corey. So breathing the whole time through that as well. There you go, Corey. Once you found that grumpy spot sort of around those pectoral muscles, bit of a twitch, that's right, yep. So 4 and 2 is the principle. 4 rolls, 2 twitches, we'll call them. Fantastic, Corey.
You want to do the other one or not?
Yeah. Swap to the other side. Yep, that's it. Wonderful, man. That's it, Corey. Make sure you're maintaining that breath. Nice. Oh, yeah. Well done, Corey. Nice. So you're sort of feeling a bit of a release through the pectoral muscles in the back of the shoulders there?
I have, mate, I have.
Wonderful. That's what we're looking for, Corey. So that's good. So like I said, yeah, the only thing you sort of have to focus on whilst you're doing that is breathing as well, because that's what sort of allows oxygen to travel throughout your bloodstream and pushes it around to the areas it needs to get to quicker. So that was well done, man. Now we can move on to some mobilizers. So this is the final part of the process to really warm up your body. Let's say you were jumping in to do a bunch of bench press. What you could do is use the foam roller like with those muscles you've done just then, with your pectoral muscles, and then you can mobilise your chest with some chest movements before doing those heavy bench presses. That's the sort of process we're aiming to follow at all times, Corey. So next step is the mobilisers, Corey.